Hey everyone, this is Dragonland. Sorry that the last episode cut off so weirdly, but I had accidentally gone like a good half hour over my recording time. So this is the last half of last episode. So I hope you enjoy it, and let's get on with the episode. Here we go. Now off to the fields with me. Hopefully I'll get cow juice. Need another one of these. Here we go. To the fields! I want to get at least one of these guys done. Okay, so tab is map. I want to get down. That way. Run away! Way to the apiary, cool. Heidi ho, I'm afraid we're closed for the season. Closed, but I need some of your honey right away. Sorry, our supply was cleaned out just a little while ago. Funny little man with a cart, you just missed him. Yes, I've met him. He's the quartermaster for the Bear, but he had a bit of accident in the road, and he collected some more honey for the lakeshore camp. The Bear? Well, that explains why that quartermaster purchased so dang much. Had that lumbering bully would steal the nectar from a larvae if it suit him. The poor bees have already worked themselves half to death for that order. They don't have any honey left. I wish I could do something to help you. The only honey left in the entire apiary is Her Majesty's personal reserve. Her Majesty? Why, my sweet spring flower, the jewel of my crown, the golden sun of my... Yes, get on with it. My beloved queen! She's as lovely as she's wise and resides over a flowered kingdom. A shrill voice pierces the meadow and sends chills down your spine. Slave, where is my dinner? I'll order you to bring me the finest sunflowers. Right away, my love. And make it pretty this time. I don't want another one of your dandelion bouquets with some common wasp. Yes, my sweet. I think I had better have an audience with this queen myself. Speak to the queen bee. Genuinely well-mannered, but can be irritated. Just take this stuff. The regal insect looks down her curled nose at you scornfully. That fool beekeeper is supposed to stop the rebel from trampling my delicate garden. Good help is so hard to find, isn't it? I suppose you've come to lend a hand? No, I don't think so. What do you want, little beetle? You seem like a very busy woman, so I won't waste your time. I need honey, your best honey. Ha! Do you think I simply give my carefully cultivated riches to just any commoner? Do you have any idea how much time and energy spent managing this colony? Everyone always wants something, but no one ever wants to work for it. Rustle, petal, the beekeeper comes running over, holding out an assortment of beautiful prairie flowers. My darling sweetheart, I offer you the finest meadow flowers. I hope you find these to your liking. Is this marigold? You wax-brained fool. You knows I despise the stuff. How many times must I repeat myself? Get out of my sight, all of you. My love, I have wronged you. Let me try again. You follow the beekeeper a short distance away, while he busies himself picking more flowers. He seems to be in a foul mood. Does she always treat you like this? Well, yes, but it's really usually my own fault. Sometimes when she really gets her venom up, a little bit of smoke and soothing herbs calms her right down. Smoke, you say? Sure I could come up with something to even out her mood. What does it take? Witch spice, sporaphic potion. Witch spice. can make witch spice. I can make the smoking pellet. I need more water though. Why must you do this to me? Oh, I can get it in the fields. Nice. In the water. Doesn't. Let's see. How can I get water? I should probably run back over there. I'm looking for a way to get water. Hello? Cool. Oh, hello. Hello, who are you? Vegetable farmer. Lefty God stands before you, wiping beads of dew off his bumpy forehead. He tilts up the brim of his hat and greets you what you interpret as a smile. Welcome to my farm, stranger. What brings you out here? How's it growing, farmer? Oh, you know, not so bad. Trying my best to win the harvest competition this year. Well, you look to be making good progress. I'm sure you'll be a shoo-in for the blue ribbon. You would think so, wouldn't you? But every year, without fail, that sour ox takes the prize. No matter how I work, I can't seem to outgrow his crops. Careful now, you're beginning to sound like a sore loser. Ja, not sore loser, I just think it's quite suspicious, don't you? Last year, the ox and his family grew the largest corn cobs I've ever seen. I was only barely able to get second place because my own little helpers. Motions to animated turnips and potatoes busy with menial farm work. But this year, his crops are larger than ever before, even though his family is nowhere to be seen. Doesn't make any sense to me. He's working the fields all by himself. What happened to his family? That's the fishy part. No one knows. They just disappeared one day, and the ox has said nothing. Oh, that does sound suspicious. Perhaps I'll go and ask him myself. Ja, his farm is down to the southwest. You can't miss it. I must get back to work. Veggies won't grow themselves, you know. And an axe. Announcing that was dead on me. I need to get the incense. I need water though. How am I supposed to get water? Bandits. Farmhand. Something's odd about this fella spending too much time in the dirt. Low. What is this? Fairy circle. It's over here. Snag vine. Don't have a snag vine. Just wanted water. It's so hard to find water in this place. It's everywhere. I'm not dealing with one of those. Hello? Don't mind if I do. Need one of those to make the paste. Still need this. Still needs dog hair. No, let's go to journal and deal with the bear first. Craft royal incense. Incense. I need poison. You know what? I'll just go back. Hail bells. It's just suspicious though. I do. Upon closer inspection, this mountain of hay appears to have been deliberately woven into an intricate wickerwork structure. Carefully pluck a single piece of straw from its center, and the whole bundle begins to swell and unravel until a gaping vortex opens before you. Look at that! Secret entrance. Nice. Back into the forest with me. And thus, quickly to a water source. Back into the well with me. So that needs one of these. Means I can make it. What do I need to make a metamorphosis? Dryad fruit. What is a dryad? Thank you. So I can just do this. And I have that. Now I just need it. What is a dryad and where can I find it? Maybe it's down where the weird boy is? No, that's Lakeshore Path. Weird boy is down here. Ragamuffin is down here, isn't he? Let's see. Changeling, hag shroom, frog, fairy, dryad here. murdered. Well, more like caught. Okay, off I go. The talisman. There's no point if I don't have the honey to smack it all out at once. What's left is to make the metamorphosis, and I don't need a dryad. Don't know where a dryad is, to be exact. I seriously have no idea what a dryad looks like. Probably get this royal incense to the apiary though. I'll need to look into what dryad heart is for later. Well, what it looks like, because it appears to be a forest only thing. You sneak? Do you honestly believe that your little puff of smoke can? The queen fans herself lightly as the world begins to push and pull all around her. Does anyone else feel a little hot? Anyways, as I was saying, you can't just... Sparkling sun bears down on the queen like a warm summer's embrace. My, look at all these beautiful colors. Have they always been so bright? Queen bee stretches out her arms across the sea of flowers, brushing the tips of their petals gleefully. She arcs her limbs through the myriad of colors swirling around her head. It's gorgeous! Oh, and what's that delicious smell? Cracking into the waxen walls of her hive, the queen pulls out a golden honeycomb. She proceeds to messily stuff the honey into her face. Delectable. Oh, it's so good. You simply have to try some, my dear. Never tasted anything so delicious in my life. She offers up a sticky handful to you. Why, thank you, my queen. What? Beekeeper has concerned herself with a floral arrangement. Of course he has. Now, what is a dryad? What is a dryad heart? Where would I get one? Oh. But where do I find dryad fruit? Where? Just to go for dryad fruit. confused. Can at least put the honey in. As you squeeze the honeycomb with your bare hands, thick, rich honey slowly oozes into the brewer's tank. Too sweet for your taste, but then this potion is not for you. Rotting basin. Leave. Here's your, if I make you a protective talisman, here's the protective talisman. Here! This ought to shield you from harm for a time. He grins nervously as he puts the charm around his neck, and he clobbers himself in the face with his own fist. Wow, you weren't kidding! Haha! Though that's nowhere near the kind of punishment the bear can dish out. Better find some more stuff to test it out with, and I'll give that bear a piece of my mind. Stumbles off into the camp to find other objects to try against his newfound protection, leaving the bear's tent unattended. Into the tent. Take that, and that. Anything else? Exit the tent. Let's put that torn teddy bear in. Pause before dropping the tattered plaything into the brewery. A glint in its button eye reminds you of something, but the thought soon evaporates from your mind. You return your palm and the stuffed bear splashes down into the concoction. It floats sadly for a moment, before becoming waterlogged and disappearing under the surface. Still need that metamorphosis elixir, but I truly don't know what a dryad fruit looks like in this. Still don't have enough of those though. Which spice? I need dryad fruit. What does a dryad look like? Just one thing and I finish this bear chapter. Where is it? I know what it looks like, but I don't know where I'm getting it from. Just gonna catch my breath for a moment. Oh, it's open. Maybe the dryad's up here? Yep. I need a cinder box. Tab inventory. I'm going to put this. There we go. And I'm gone. I'm gone. Now, Make the metamorphosis potion. Cool. Sun snake. Deal with the bear and I'm done. Man, this has been a long episode. To be honest, no, we don't stake that here. There's the lakeshore path. Now to throw in the elixir. The metamorphosis elixir. You laid out a good portion of the withering tar-like substance into the brewery. To be safe, you add a little bit more, just for texture. With the addition of the final ingredient, the brewing equipment is sealed and set to work. Steam hisses from rivets and its swollen metal belly clanks and rattles. Before long, the waggling figures of the gauges and dials settle down, indicating that the brew is complete. You give a quick sniff test and recoil at the sickeningly sweet vapors. Push an empty wooden keg under the contraption's spigot and crank the release valve. The brewer restrains under the pressure and fills the tank with chunky, oozing fluid. May not be the finest honey mead around, but hopefully that great raging glute won't stop to notice the difference. Take the keg. Give the bear his honey mead. Ah, Captain, I've brought you more honey mead. The bear swipes up the tankard with his massive paw and tosses the contents into his slavering maw without hesitation. He licks his chops, savoring the peculiar flavor. With a sudden jerk, he bears down on you with suspicion. Say, this tastes kind of funny. What do you do, soldier? It's a new recipe. I thought you might enjoy something with a little more sting in it. Ah, you know I hate new things. I'll teach you to mess with my favorite brew, you hayseed. The bear is upon you with frightening speed. He raises the huge mace in his paw skyward, and you brace for the impact. With an equal measure of speed, the sergeant leaps between the crashing mace and your head. You peer through your fingers as great clang surrounds around the camp. The bear roars furiously as his blow is magically repelled from the side of the talisman. The mace goes spinning out of his paw and falls into the lake with a great splash. He gapes, dumbfounded, as the sergeant stands before him, completely unharmed. Ah! That'll teach you to pick on us, you big oaf. This has been a long time coming. The sergeant wags his finger at the bear. Who do you think you are, huh? You think you're so big and tough with your fancy feather hat and your big honking club? Well, look at you now. The camp soldiers gather to witness in stunned awe. Miraculously, the bear seems to shrink in the face of the sergeant's onslaught. If it was up to me, you'd be dishonorably discharged for disorderly conduct. You're a disgrace to the uniform. You're no captain of mine. With fear welling up in his eyes, the bear shrinks and shrinks until he's reduced to the size of a small cat. And another thing, what's happening? In place of the bear drunken grimace is the stitched smile of a doll's grin. Two button eyes stare back at the disapproving faces surrounding the little plush toy. The sergeant takes a step back to reveal the small shape of a stuffed teddy bear where the brute once stood. Your transformative potion has finally done its work. Gee, I guess I overdid it? He scratches his head in befuddlement, but seems genuinely relieved. Hey Sarge, I guess that means you're in charge now, right? Oh, yeah, I guess it does. Well, what are you all standing around for? The camp's a mess. Let's get to work. I'll just, take this. Pick up the diminutive doll and brush some sand out of its fur. As you inspect it further, its head lolls to face you. Far within the glassy surface of its button eyes, you can barely make out a tiny crimson flame. The trapped soul of the bear. This ought to be what the old goat is after. I hope he's happy. Did it. The quest is complete. Hey, Quartermaster. What a relief, with the bear gone, we can all rest easy. Can I hand him over to him, or do I need to collect it first? I think that's it for this episode. So I think the next one I do would be the ox. Yeah, I'll do the ox. Next. Yeah, I'll do the ox next. Because I've already got a, like, quick travel to the place. Wonder if this... If I talk to him now... Can I give the bear over to him now? Tori... Well, I don't have them. Well, there he is. I need to collect all the souls first. Okay. So, thanks for watching this episode of Wytchwood. Next time we'll deal with the ox in the fields. I'll see you next time. Bye.